Hi everyone, welcome back. For those of you who've checked out this channel, which I have renamed Elder Gal Spirit because it's associated with my Elder Gal channel, but it's the more spiritual aspect and topics that I will cover over here. So thanks to all of you who saw my community post on Elder Gal and you checked out the channel over here, and I think about 100 of you subscribed. So a big thank you to all of you who did that and to all of you who watched a few of the videos. So yeah, I did a bunch of videos on this channel last year before I came over to I think it was in the summer that I stopped posting last summer. So I really needed to do that because that was right after Elder Gal kind of blew up a bit, and I needed to devote a lot of time to that channel. And then of course I had all my plans and stuff in the fall of moving or traveling, journey, whatever over here. So I had a lot going on Elder Gal, but I never really wanted to give up on this channel. I wanted to come back to it because spirituality is just the essence of who I am. It's a part of my everyday life, and so it's very important for me to be able to share that with like-minded people. So before I get into a topic that I wanted to discuss in this video today, if you guys have any suggestions or things you want me to cover on this channel, please comment below and let me know, and I will be reading through all of those, and whatever I can do to incorporate some of that into the channel, I will do it. So the topic that I wanted to discuss today on here is about the need for peace in our lives right now. In other words, the world, I'm sure you've noticed, is going through some stuff. And a lot of places in the world are going through some stuff. There's some wars, there's some issues politically, there's some conflicts, there's some tensions within countries, there's all kinds of stuff going on, and not just in one place. So that creates a sense of unease at the very least in people in the world, but it disrupts our sense of peace. And so how do we maintain a sense of peace in our own lives when the world around us is going, crazy? I guess that's the real bottom line. For me, I think the thing that's most important is to be mindful and to have some sort of mindfulness practice every day. And for me, that's meditation. Meditation is what keeps me grounded. It's what keeps me calmer. And I say calmer because, as you know, if you watch my other channel, I have a lot of anxiety just naturally, physiologically, psychologically. So for me, it's a matter of being calmer, not necessarily totally calm, but meditation really does help. And I'll be definitely talking more about meditation on this channel, and probably doing some additional like guided meditations for you guys. So, but to me, being mindful, doing something like meditation, deep breathing, some sort of positive practice every day, yoga, those things all will help contribute to a sense of peace. But the point is, it's an uphill battle because things are challenging right now in the world, and you have to acknowledge that. You can't put your head in the sand and say, oh, and everything's fine. And no, everything is not fine. The world is going through a bunch of changes and shifts. Some of it, is very physical and in the physical world, basically, and some of it is on a much more spiritual level, on a much more, existential level. And so there's a lot of layers to it. But the thing is that we all need to find our own way to having more peace in our lives, no matter what's going on around us. And however you have to do that, whether it means pulling back from the world, isolating a bit, which I have been doing a little more of, because as you guys know, if you watch my other channel, I'm in Albania for the summer right now, and it's very hot, and I honestly don't want to be out in this a lot. So I'm basically devoting this summer to a lot of positive practices and healing practices for myself so that I can regroup and I'll be on to the next phase of whatever journey I'm on right now. And so you periodically just have to address your own well-being, not only psychologically and physically, but spiritually, and say, what do I need to get back to a better place inside myself? And so I'm a big advocate for that. I hope you'll share with me in the comments below things that really work for you to contribute to you feeling more peaceful in your world. Because it just, that's for some reason, this idea of peace is the thing that really has come up for me the last few days. And I have worked really hard on this for myself. I've been meditating every day. I've been playing music every day for myself, just to induce that kind of sense of calm and well-being. Because I have no, as you know, when we don't have control of what's going on around us in the world outside of us, the only thing we can control is what is going on inside of us. In other words, you can only control your own thoughts and the things that you choose to focus on. That's what your control is. And so you have to practice that more and more, especially the more chaotic things are. As I've shared on my other channel, one of the books I think is really important for inspiration in this area is Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, in which he talked about how in the worst of circumstances, we can still find and acknowledge and focus on beauty in the world around us, because the beauty is always there. When he was in a concentration camp, and endured some of the worst things imaginable, he still found a way to see the beauty in the world around him, whether it was a flower growing in the yard, or watching the sunrise or sunset, or seeing the trees or the birds. He found a way to focus on the things that brought him a sense of peace and joy. And so that's really the essence of what we have to do when we're going through turbulent times. And right now, some of us are going through more turbulence than other people in the world, but the whole world is caught up in something right now. And so I think it's ever more important to build practices within yourself to enhance your sense of well-being and peace. And that's what I'm working on. So I wanted to share that on this little brief video about this on my spiritual channel, because I just think it's so important. It's not just important, it's essential. It's essential. It's like to save your sanity and your soul, it is really important to build that for yourself. So until next time, be kind to yourself and others. Take care. Bye.